Hey guys, this is Stefan and I'm doing regular jam sessions. I record them in Ableton Live and I want to show you how these Ableton recording sessions look like. Because I get a lot of questions about what plugins do you use, what processing do you use to get the sound that we hear in the jam session. And you gotta know that I usually keep most of my setup from jam to jam and only exchange a few parts, maybe remove one drum machine for another and stuff like this. And the same is true for the recording sessions that I use. So I reuse my sessions and not create them from scratch. I showed in another video how I built a recording session from scratch, but today we're looking at one of the latest Ableton sessions that already contains a few plugins, because I put some plugins on and I also listen back to the mix through Ableton when I'm doing my jam sessions. I get a little bit of latency, but I don't care. I rather prefer to listen to a premixed Mixdown. Yeah, so that's why I always jam through Ableton. Let's have a look into the session. So this is the session exactly how I saved it after recording the jam. It sounds like this. So I will quickly open every channel and show you what's going on. So let's start with the 808 group. We got the snare channel right here. Put on some basic plugins. We have the EQ3. I have not changed any of the settings on it. It's just the standard setting when you insert the plugin, and it works like a transient designer. It somehow changes the transients, makes it a little bit more snappy, and that's why I'm using it. It's an EQ basically, but you know. Then we have a little plate, short reverb, and one of my favorite stereo widening plugins, Stereo Savage. But I always start with Tech Hat A. So then next channel we got the 808 mix, where all channels other than snare drum and cowbell and maybe bass drum are going through. I've got another Stereo Savage here and an EQ. It's not doing much. So then next channel will be the 808 cowbell. Here we got it. There's also just stereo widening, nothing else. And then all these channels go into a group, and on the group I've put a saturation plugin, Decapitator by Sound Toys, and also a little compressor. It's not doing much, but I can yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's take this loop right here. Yeah, so this is the 808 group. Then we have the Drumbrute Impact channel. Drumbrute Impact, there's a little compressor. Then again a saturation plugin and just a basic EQ. So then next channel is the TR8 bass drum. Actually for this jam I used a sample with a bass drum sample. It already has a clap sound on the same inside the sample. And what did I do to this channel? I have Frontier W. This is like a simulation of an input stage of an old mixing console, a gain stage, and then a little bit of high pass filtering and the Mojo button. And I also put on a EQ to remove some of the prominent frequencies of the clap sound. Then all the other channels from the TR8 are going into one mono channel. It's just called TR8S Mix. Yeah. We have the same setup here. There is front DAW, EQ to remove some of the low end, and then we got a spreader effect, spread by DJ Swivel. Yeah, just slight stereo spreading. And then we have the MicroFreak channel, the only synthesizer I use in this jam. Let's remove all the plugins. Put the loop in here. Okay, so then the first plugin again is the front DAW. Then we got the compressor. The compressor is just there because the MicroFreak has an analog filter and can get pretty loud and nasty if you turn up the resonance, I guess. So then we got the ducking compressor. It's just usual sidechaining stuff. It is triggered by the bass drum. Yeah, see. Then I put on standard delay, and again a stereo widening plugin. Alright, and then next channel is the effect return. So I have on my analog mixing board a built-in effect section. Trick is to put it on a separate channel on the mixer or on the audio interface, just the wet signal on a separate channel, so I'm able to mix it or change it, or if it doesn't sound good, I will just put on another plugin and redo the effect. But yeah. So actually, if you look at the waveform, the left channel is louder than the right channel. And I don't know why, but somehow I must have fixed it just after the jam and put on a utility. To even out the levels. So that's it. Then the last channel is a resample. I usually set up a resample channel. Just take the audio from resampling. So I have like a printed rough mix right after the session in case anything goes wrong or I'm missing any of the other channels. I still have this backup recording, but we don't need this anyway. So here we go to the master channel. And on the master channel, again, not much. This is a little bit of parallel compression. Well, not a little bit, but a little much, and then a limiter. Yeah. So basically that's everything I got in my session. Hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, just ask me down in the comments, and thanks for watching. Peace.